Hello students, we are here to discuss about the digestive system. But digestive system of what? Digestive system of a cockroach. So the question arises, does this small creature really contains a well developed digestive system? Is it there or not? So let us find out digestive system which contains alimentary canal or the other parts. So let us begin with the structural details. As you can see, this structure is the dorsal view of the cockroach. Dorsal view is like this, and if you see this one is the ventral view of the cockroach. So the parts, what are the parts of the cockroach? As you can see in the diagram, this portion is the head region. So let us label this one as this is the head. Then this one, these long structures, the thread like structure, these are the antennae. Then this one is the eye. These are legs. Three pairs of legs. I have not drawn on this side just to make this diagram simplified, or this just to the diagram would look simple. So this one, only 3 legs I have made, and class Insecta. So since it belongs to class Insecta, so the body is divisible into head, thorax and abdomen. Head, thorax and abdomen. So this region just above the thorax is the prothorax. Next to this is the mesothorax. So it is in the 3 segments, pro, meso, and this one is the metathorax. So this is about the thorax region, head region, pro, meso, metathorax. Then this one is the abdominal segment. You can see numbering is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7 segments are there, and 8th, 9th and 10th. These are the 8th, 9th and 10th is this one. So this abdominal section. Then here is the tergum. Then the 8th, 9th, 10th, just near the 8th, 9th, 10th, you can see this projection. This projection is anal circus. This one is the anal style. Here the leg appendages. So the one which is above one, the first one is the pro leg, then the middle one is the meso leg, and the lower one is the meta leg. So I can write here pro leg, this one is the meso leg, and this one meta leg. Wings, the upper one is the forewing, and this one is the hind wing. So this is the structural detail. Head, then this is compound eye, antenna, prothorax, mesothorax, metathorax. Abdominal up to the 7th segment. 8th, 9th, 10th is the lower part of the abdomen. Then abdomen is the tergum. Anal circus or anal style. Legs, the upper one is the pro leg, meso leg, meta leg. This is the dorsal view of the cockroach. Now the ventral view of the cockroach. In the ventral view of the cockroach, as you can see on the top, the head. This one is the head. These are the mouth parts. This again the anal cerci, and this one anal style. These are the abdominal segments. Here the legs are arranged in these sections like this. This is the proleg, mesoleg, metaleg. Antenna. So since we have discussed in the dorsal view about all other features, so this one head and the mouth parts. Mouth parts we will discuss in detail, and about each segment, some of the details, how we can differentiate or identify that this is a male cockroach or a female cockroach. Since we have discussed about the dorsal and ventral view of the cockroach, now some of the details that I want to explain is head. This head is the segment which is formed by the fusion of 6 segments. So head is formed by the fusion of this. I have prepared these kind of flashcards. This you can also prepare, because it is easier to carry, and wherever you are roaming anywhere or you are moving in your house, you can just carry a single flashcard, and with the help of this at any time you can revise it, because it is not possible for everyone to carry that notes copy and all, and sometimes it gives a feeling of laziness that no, just now I don't want to revise this and that. So this single flashcard at any time you can carry and you can revise from this one. So the parts, we were discussing about the parts. Head section, what does the head section contain? So head is made by the fusion of 6 segments. Fusion of 6 segments. Head is formed by the fusion of 6 segments, and it is placed on the flexible neck. It bears long antenna, then compound eye, mouth parts. All this about the mouth parts we will discuss later on. Secondly, the antenna. Antenna are the filamentous structures. Antenna, these are the filamentous structures. Filamentous structures, and they can move in in any of the direction. They are tactile, they are sensitive to touch as well as to smell. So this is the organ which is sensitive to touch and smell. Then next is about eye. Eye is the black colored kidney shaped structure placed lateral to the head. These eyes are compound eyes. Mouth parts are adapted for biting and chewing all types of organic food. So mouth is having many parts which will help the organism to feed on the organic substances. Thorax is divided into 3 segments, which is the prothorax, mesothorax and metathorax. Pro, meso and metathorax. The thorax bear 3 pairs of walking legs ventrally and 2 pairs of wings dorsally. So this region, all these 3 regions, ventrally they contain 3 pairs of legs, and dorsally 2 pairs of wings. Then next is about the abdomen. Abdomen is divided into 10 segments. 10 segments. Each segment has a dorsal. Each segment dorsal tergum and ventral sternum. Ventral sternum. A narrow membranous pleuron on each side. So on each side there is a narrow membranous pleuron. Narrow membranous pleuron on each side. Then one more important insect-like structures is one more thing, how we can differentiate between a male and a female cockroach. So male and female cockroach, male have additional pair of anal styles at the 9th segment. So what is there? An additional pair of anal style in the 9th segment. 9th segment, but this is absent in case of females. So in this way we can differentiate that if it is having 2 anal styles, an additional pair of anal style in the 9th segment, then it is a male cockroach. Then one more feature which we have not yet discussed, it is the spiracles. Spiracles are the series of slit-like openings, 10 pairs on both sides or on either side of the body, 2 on the thorax, 8 on the abdomen, and these spiracles let the air into the special tubes called trachea. So they help in respiration process. So here spiracles that we have not yet mentioned, I am writing it here since my flashcard is not having enough space for that. So spiracles, each on either side of the body, spiracles are present and they allow air to enter, pass through it and enter into the trachea. So basically it is for the respiration process. Now this was about the structural detail of the cockroach. Then let us move to the major section of this topic, that is the digestive system, which starts with the mouth, then alimentary canal, now this one is the mouth of a cockroach. Since this looks this is the large form of the mouth part, just to make sure that each and every detail we could study from the diagram. This one is the compound eye. Compound eye. This spot is ocellus. Ocellus. Then here it is the maxilla. This section is the labium. I'll explain each and every part and their role. So this one, then this part is the mandible. This one is the mandible. This section is the labrum. The spot ocellus, compound eye. Now I'll just lift this in this one. This is the antenna. The small spot is the ocellus. Then this one is the compound eye. This is the maxilla here. These are the labrum. This is the labium. This part is the mandible. This part is the mandible, then labrum. So these all are the mouth parts of the cockroach. This one is the labrum. So I'll just place it below the labrum. Labrum is just like this. Now the next one is the mandibles. Mandibles are actually on both the side. So here on both side of the mouth, it is like placed like this. Then this section is the labium. Labium, it looks like this one. This one, then next is the hypopharynx. Hypopharynx, in this diagram, this one I have not explained about the hypopharynx, but this tongue like structure is just above this, just above the labium. So let me place it here, labium. Then a pair of maxilla on both sides. So a pair of maxilla on both sides. So let me remove this one. So here, just let me keep this here. This section, this one is the labrum. These are the mandibles. These two are maxilla. This one is the labium. Hypopharynx. Now in this one, labrum is the upper lip, labium is the lower lip, pair of mandibles on the side. These, they are having serrated features, so serrated structures, these help in crushing of the food. Then maxilla, a pair of maxilla on both sides of the mandibles, maxilla. Hypopharynx, a flat tongue like hypopharynx. So these all are the parts of, I am repeating this, upper lip labrum, lower lip labium, tongue like hypopharynx, mandibles and maxilla to help in chewing and biting the food. Cockroach do not have a true buccal cavity. Buccal cavity, mouth cavity, oral cavity, whatever the terms we use are the same. So true buccal cavity is absent here. So the alimentary canal starts from a pre-oral cavity. Pre-oral cavity, then mouth, pharynx, esophagus, crop, gizzard. So the alimentary canal of the cockroach. Alimentary canal of a cockroach is divided into three sections. First section is stomodium. Then next is the midgut. Last part is the hindgut. Stomodium or the mouth part is mainly of pre-oral cavity, then mouth, then next is pharynx, esophagus, crop, and last one is the gizzard. Midgut. Midgut, it is hepatic caecae that are attached at the anterior end. Midgut is the mesenteron. So to this midgut, hepatic caecae are attached. at the anterior end. Anterior end. Now the hindgut. Hindgut is divided into ileum, then colon, and last part is the rectum. So three major section: ileum, which is the small intestine, I'm writing in short, small intestine; colon, this is the large intestine; and rectum part is the last one. So this one about the alimentary canal of cockroach is divided into three major sections: stomodium, which contains pre-oral cavity, mouth, pharynx, esophagus, crop, gizzard; midgut, to which midgut is also known as mesenteron. In the midgut section, hepatic caecae are attached at the anterior end. Hindgut is ileum, colon and rectum. As you can see, I have placed a structure near this all, and this if you can see in detail, this is the head, pre-oral cavity, mouth, then it leads to the esophagus, then the pharyngeal region, then this section is the crop section. After that, this swollen structure, you can see these swollen structures, these are the crop to which hepatic caeca are attached. This long tubular section is this one is the ileum, then the colon, and this last part is the rectum. So if I place it like this, then only it would be clear. So this is the head or antenna, and this is the compound eye, then head, preoral cavity, esophagus, pharyngeal region, then this one is the crop section, then gizzard. To this, hepatic caecae are attached. In this tubular section is the ileum. In this ileum, I have not drawn here, but some thread-like structures are present, and these are the Malpighian tubules. Which are for the process of excretion, and then it leads to the colon, rectum. So this is the digestive system of a cockroach. I just place it like this. Now the structures are more clear, so let me hold like this. This one. Role of mouth is with the help of all the mandibles and maxilla, the food is chewed and it enters into the esophagus, then to the pharyngeal region. After that, a bag-like structure, that is the crop, then to the gizzard. Major role is of gizzard. Gizzard is made up of thick-walled bag, and it contains 6 large cuticular thickening or teeth in its lining. So these teeth, they have groove and 5 bristles. So major crushing of the food is done in this gizzard. They have a stomodial valve to stop reversal of food, that the food may not enter into the crop or gizzard back. So moving back of food is avoided by the stomodial. S-T-O-M-O-D-A-E-L, stomodial valve. Then hindgut is ileum. Ileum is the small intestine, colon is the large intestine, rectum is the broad structure which opens to the exterior. So this was about the digestive system of cockroach. Then one major thing which is also a part of the alimentary canal, that is the salivary glands, and these salivary glands are placed just near the esophageal section. They hang from the mouth to these two. So these are the salivary glands. Salivary glands. I hope you have understood the process, the complete digestive system. Now about the process. Process of digestion is, cockroach is an omnivorous animal. So it feeds on both plants and animals, both type of food. It has to chew the food and push it into the pre-oral cavity. In this pre-oral cavity, food is mixed with saliva, and this saliva, here the saliva contains amylase. So the major function from the food, it is an omnivorous animal, takes plant and animal both as a food. Food is mixed with saliva and then it enters into the pre-oral cavity, then to the pharynx and esophagus. In the pre-oral cavity, the mixing of amylase takes place and this amylase acts upon the glucose. Next, the food moves to the crop, the further digestion of food and absorption. So what happens in the crop is digestion and absorption. Some of the digestion basically of the carbohydrate is being done in the esophageal section and the rest part here. Next is the gizzard. In the gizzard, as the bristles are present, so crushing or grinding of food takes place. Midgut or the hepatic caecae, these are the hepatic caecae. These hepatic caecae produce enzymes which help in digestion of proteins, digestion of proteins and fats. Proteins and fats. This was about the midgut. Midgut contains hepatic caeca which secrete the enzyme, and these enzymes help in the digestion of fat and protein. Now the food, the digested food reaches to the hindgut, and in the hindgut the food is only absorbed. Like the human being, the major role of the hindgut is only absorption. Once again, in this section, the food is mixed with saliva, which is in the pre-oral cavity. Then the food enters into the esophagus, then pharynx, then to the crop, where digestion and absorption takes place. This hepatic caeca produces an enzyme which help in digestion of fats and protein. In the hindgut section, only the absorption takes place and the waste material is again released out. So this was all about the digestive system of cockroach. Thank you all of you for watching the video.